Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do our February the 16th just for today in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. I'm a bit behind, so pardon me for my tardiness. However, the title of the meditation for February 16th is Faithful Feelings. When we refuse to accept the reality of today, we are denying faith in our higher power. This can only bring more suffering. That comes from IP number 8, just for today. Some days just aren't the way we wish they would be. Our problems may be as simple as a broken shoelace or having to stand in line at the supermarket. Or we may experience something far more serious, such as the loss of a job, a home, or a loved one. Either way, we often end up looking for a way to avoid our feelings instead of simply acknowledging that those feelings are painful. No one promises us that everything will go our way when we stop using. In fact, we can be sure that life will go on whether we're using or not. We will face good days and bad days, comfortable feelings and painful feelings, but we don't have to run from any of them any longer. We can experience pain, grief, sadness, anger, frustration, all those feelings we once avoided with drugs. We find that we can get through those emotions clean. We won't die and the world won't come to an end just because we have uncomfortable feelings. We learn to trust that we can survive what each day brings. Just for today, I will demonstrate my trust in God by experiencing this day just as it is. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Please and thank you. So we're talking about faithful feelings. And the truth is, we will always have our feelings. It's very few people that I encounter that don't have feelings. Even the ones that might struggle with identifying, what they're feeling, they have feelings. You know, that's a real thing, being unable to identify an emotion or a feeling. That is a real thing. However, there's few people that I have ever met that can't do that. And even if they can't, it doesn't mean that they're not feeling something. They're just having a hard time putting a label on it, right? Whether or not it's anger, happiness, frustration, embarrassment, they may struggle with giving it a name, but it doesn't mean that they don't have the feeling. Okay. And so feelings are something that I know that as much as I need water and air, I'm going to have feelings as well. And feelings can end up truly, honestly, to be a blessing to a person. You know, it's appropriate to feel fear in appropriate situations so that you know this is something that you need to handle or stay away from. It can be very healthy, even though a lot of times fear is cast as a character defect. There's times when there's healthy fear, and we want to be mindful of that, right? Most of the time for us as addicts, everything had a negative light on it. But there's a lot of emotions that take the rap for, a bad rep, but they are actually appropriate at various times, different times. And so we're always going to be feeling, I'm hoping that makes sense to you. We're going to experience pain, grief, sadness, anger, and frustration. And those are a lot of the feelings that were always cast in negative light, and we try to avoid them. And we did a good job. We did it with drugs, right? As this last paragraph states. But now that we're clean, those emotions don't necessarily just go away because we got clean. There's more, I would say, even more opportunity as a clean person for those emotions to be felt. for us to at least, at the very least, be more aware of them. We need trust when we're dealing with these emotions. We need trust when we see that our feelings are a certain way. And maybe on the inside, we're thinking, I can't survive this. I don't know how I'm going to get through this situation. You know, I recently have gone through something like that. And I thought to myself, why wouldn't you be able to survive your father's death? Why wouldn't you? Hundreds of addicts before you have. Why wouldn't you be able to do it? Can you have more trust in your God, Mighty Stream, to bring you through this, just like your God brought you through other situations that you went into unexpectedly thinking this is going to be a struggle? And sure enough, here I am on the other side of it. And all of the feelings that I'm having regarding it, they're not all gone. You know, yesterday was a rough day, but there were some days that weren't so rough. And so I'm still experiencing feelings, and I'm still coming through them with trust in my God, that I'm able to get through them, to cope with them, and adjust. You know, the main thing is to be able to adjust to feelings. I acknowledge that they're whatever they are, whether they're painful or not, being able to acknowledge them and that you have them, so that you're practicing a step one in a really positive way, admitting that you have a situation and then being willing to deal with it, believing that you can be restored to sanity and turning your will and your life over to the care of God as you understand, right? And in some instances, consoling in another recovering individual, like a mini fifth step. You know, we have so much to work with today that we didn't when we were using. So take advantage of it. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose.